Maddie, and I'm so excited to be here. Today is Rosh Hashanah, and I'm so excited to pray together, but let's get our buzzing energy out first. Ready? Buzz in place really fast, then stop. Buzz in place really fast, then stop. And now we're gonna take a big, deep breath and sit down nice and get ready to pray together. Chag Sameach.
Shabbat Shalom, Shana Tova. I am Rabbi Green, and I'm so excited to welcome the new year and Shabbat. It's one of those great times when we get two holidays at the same time. I'm so happy to celebrate this Rosh Hashanah top service with you and with my friends, the Friedmans, Lee, Sadie, Tilly, and Isaac, who will be singing with us, and a very special furry friend of mine who you'll meet in a little bit. So thank you so much for joining us, and Shana Tova. Happy New Year.
Hine. Perfect, you guys are good. Matov, Uma, Naim. Together now. Shevet Achim, Gam Yav. Like the beginning. Hine. Matov, Uma, Naim. Together now. Shevet Achim, Gam Yav. My turn. Hine Matov, Uma, Naim. Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Uma, Naim. Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. That's the whole thing, so let's try it from the beginning, how good it is to be together. Hine Matov, Uma, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Uma, Naim. Together now. Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Uma, Naim. Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Uma, Naim. Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad.
This song is a song for the birthday of the world. The world was born at the very beginning of time, and a fun fact is the very first word in the Torah is Bereshit, which means in the beginning, which is also Earth's birthday. What a coincidence. Let's sing about that together.
In the beginning, Bereshit. In the beginning, Bereshit. The world was dark, there was no light. There was no day, there was no night. In the beginning, Bereshit. In the beginning, Bereshit. The world was dark, there was no light. There was no day, there was no night. In the beginning, Bereshit. In the beginning, Bereshit.
So some of you know my friend Ellie the camel. You know some of them, right? Some of our friends out here, right? Because Ellie joined us every year for Rosh Hashanah and sometimes on Yom Kippur. And Ellie just came back from Israel, was very careful with her health, and she's been away from me for 2 weeks, right? But now she's back and she wants to tell us something super important. Ellie, do you want to talk to them, everybody? Oh, Ellie's going to whisper to me. Okay, so Ellie wants us to remember that at Rosh Hashanah, we are starting to say we're sorry. I mean, we should say we're sorry every day, right, Ellie? But between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we have 10 days to go to people who we might have hurt and apologize and then try to change our behavior. So Ellie, you want to try it? So Ellie, I am very sorry I have not included you in enough of my stories in the past year. Will you forgive me if I try really hard to do more and get you in more stories? Because you're such a good part of my stories and my Tot Shabbats. I accept your apology. Ellie, do you want to apologize to me for anything? Ellie, that's not what Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are about, are they? No. You need to think about it. What do you think about that? So Ellie, what do you want to apologize for? Eating your snacks. That's reasonable. I keep some snacks in my office for when I'm hungry. And Ellie, I think you got into my snacks, right? You know what? I forgive you for this. And next time I'll even leave some more camel snacks. How's that? So Ellie, we're going to work on saying we're sorry today, Rosh Hashanah, and throughout the next 10 days through Yom Kippur, right? And we're going to go up to our moms, our dads, our grandmas, grandpas, friends, even on a phone call, right? And say, I'm sorry, our brothers and sisters, and try to do better. And then when they come to us, we need to really try to accept their apology, right? And on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we sing a very special prayer called Avinu Malkeinu. It goes like this. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. And in Avinu Malkeinu, we refer to God as Avinu, like a mom or a dad, a parent who wants to give us a big hug. And Malkeinu, like a king or ruler, someone who sets the rules. And we have to follow the rules, but we also want a big hug sometimes, right, Ellie? So let's think about Avinu Malkeinu, think about God, and go to the people who we love, we might have hurt, and apologize to them.
Avinu Malkeinu. Sing with us if you know this song about God. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Manenu Mahanenu, Ki Emanu Masi, Aseh Imanu, Tzedakah v'chesed, Aseh Imanu, Tzedakah v'chesed, V'hoshienu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Malkeinu Malkeinu, Ki Emanu Masin.
So we turn to our very special prayer, Shema. Shema means hear or listen. And it's about listening for God, listening for the things that remind us of God. Our breathing, our laughing, even our crying, our singing. And on Rosh Hashanah, we have a hint that it's Rosh Hashanah. We hear the melody that we sing Shema to. It goes like this. That very special melody that tells us what the holiday is called Nusach. And we have it in Judaism for all of our holidays. So this is the Nusach for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. So I invite you to close your eyes. We listen as we sing. We listen for God. And sometimes we listen better when our eyes are closed. And let's sing Shema together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch
It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom with us. Shalom, shalom. 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 Let's do it. Shalom, shalom. Shalom.
And so, my friends, it is Rosh Hashanah after all. It is the birthday of the world. And so we read from the very, very beginning of Torah, the very first word, Bereshit. So wherever you are right now, join and say, repeat after me, Bereshit. Bereshit. So I'm going to chant about the first day of creation when we have creation of light and dark. And I want you to listen very carefully for the word or, which is light. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'haaretz hayta tohu vavohu v'choshech al pnei tehom v'ruach Elohim merachefet al pnei hamayim vayomer Elohim yehi or vayhi or vayar Elohim et haor ki tov Vayavdel Elohim ben ha'or u'ben ha'choshech Vayikra Elohim la'or yom v'la'choshech kara layla Vayi erev vayihi boker yom echad. That says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. There was chaos and there was wind, and God made a distinction, made a separation between light and darkness. And the light God called day, and the darkness God called night. And then it says, and there was evening and there was morning one day. That's why when we celebrate Jewish holidays, we start in the evening. That's because when God created the world, we have evening first and day second. So I don't know about you all, but I'm ready for a story. And the perfect story to tell today on Rosh Hashanah is that story that we just heard a little bit of in Torah, the story of the creation of the world. I'm going to tell you that story with some really, really great kind of pictures. They're pictures that I can hold in my hand, and pictures, by the way, that my mom, who taught kindergarten forever, made for me to help you see this story. So first off, here's what we know. Bereshit, in the beginning. In the beginning, there was lots of confusion. In the beginning, Bereshit. In the beginning, Bereshit. So God said, let there be light. And there was light. God made a difference between the light and the dark. And God called the light day and the dark night. There was evening, there was morning, one day. But then God created the sky. Think about that. The sky that we see every day, the blue sky. And so what happens? We create the sky. And then God made the earth, and God made the seas and the oceans and the plants. And God said, Ki tov, this is good. And God said it was good, Ki tov, and God saw it was good. So we have the first day, day one, the second day, the third day, and then God made the moon and the stars and the sun. And we have, oops, and they all fell out of the sky, but then we put them back up. And God said, Ki tov, and God saw it was good, Ki tov, and God saw it was good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and we go to the fifth day. God made the birds and the things that swim in the sea, the fish and the sea creatures. And so we have the fifth day, and God saw it was good. Sing with me. And God saw it was good, Ki tov, and God saw it was good. So look at what we have. We have day and night and sky and the earth and the plants and the sun and the moon and the stars and the fish and the birds. But what don't we have? We don't have the animals that walk on the earth, and we don't have people. So on the sixth day, what did God create? All the animals that walk on land and people. And God blessed the people and said, Tov ma'od, are very good. And what happened on the seventh day? If you were God or I were God, I'd be pretty tired, right? So God rested. God had finished the heaven and earth and all that was in them, and God rested, and God blessed the seventh day, said it was holy. And what do we call that seventh day? You all know it. We call it Shabbat. And how do we mark God resting? We mark God resting with candles and Kiddush and Kava too. So we light the candles. And drop our Kiddush cup. It's awesome. And on the seventh day, God rested. On the seventh day, to remember that God rested, we celebrate Shabbat. So let's sing Ki Tov one more time. And God saw it was good, Ki Tov, and God saw it was good. So it is Rosh Hashanah, the birthday of the world, and we thought about that when we read Torah. We read about the very beginning of the world, and we heard our story about the creation of the world. So one of the things we do on Rosh Hashanah is we announce that it's the birthday of the world really loudly. It actually says in Torah that you should have loud blasts of a horn on Rosh Hashanah. So we're going to turn to shofar, our really loud horn, and we are so lucky. This Rosh Hashanah, not their first year, but in the little Jack and Molly are a little bit bigger. We have Howard Sorkin and his daughter, Abby Brueggemann, and his grandchildren, Abby's children, Jack and Molly Brueggemann. They are going to blow shofar for us, and you are going to be wowed. They are amazing. It is loud in the best of ways, and we're going to hear Tekiah, Shavarim, Teruah, and Tekiah Gadolah, our big announcements that it is the world's birthday.
Lishana Tova, everyone. My name is Abby Brueggemann, and I'm here with my daughter Molly. You say hi? She is 6, as well as Jack. You say hi? Hi. And he is 8, as well as my father, Howard Sorkin, and we are the 3-generation shofar blowers.
Tekiah, Shavarim, Teruah, Tekiah Gadolah.
So we're coming to the end of our Rosh Hashanah Tots Shabbat, Tot Rosh Hashanah service, and I'm so sad to say goodbye, but I know that I'll see you soon, even if it's from a big distance, which we're still doing. I want to give you 2 things to do before we close our time together. 2 things you can do at home. The first is you can sing happy birthday to the world. Take out a cookie or a cupcake or a cake or a dish of ice cream, who knows, put a candle in it, and you can join with whoever's in your house or whoever you're sharing the holiday with, even over Zoom or FaceTime, and you can sing happy birthday to the world, happy birthday to the world. And the second thing you can do is something called tashlich. Tashlich is about throwing. And what you can do is you can go to a ravine or the lake, or I don't know, go with an adult for sure, bring some bread, crumbled up bread or bread that you break into pieces, and throw pieces of bread into the water. And as you do, say the things that maybe you didn't do so well in the last year, but you want to do better. For example, throw bread and say, I'm not going to yell so much, or I'm not going to be mean to my brother and sister, or I'm going to be nicer to my mom or dad, things like that. And what we do is we're throwing off, they're called our sins, the things we did wrong, and we're going to try to do better. And that's called tashlich. You could do that even today with the grown-ups in your home, or from standing far apart with the other grown-ups you love, and do tashlich together. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy that we're together to say Shana Tova, and let's sing together. Shana Tova Tikatevu. Shana Tova Tikatevu. Shana Tova Tikatevu. Shana Tova Tikatevu. Shana Tova. Shana Tova Tikatevu. Shana Tova Tikatevu. Shana Tova tikatevu, Shana Tova. The Shana Tova Tikatevu, may we all be written down in the book of life for a good year, a year of health, a year of really good singing, a year of saying we're sorry and doing things better, and a year of a lot of laughter and peace. Shana Tova, Shabbat Shalom.